This podcast contains mature language. Listener discretion is advised.
Previously on The Lost Mine of Phandelver.
Our heroes, Val, Angus, and Meilin, have been given a lead as to the location of Cragmaw Castle, and hopefully the location of Val's brother, Grenton. Tasked to find the druid Radolf, believed to be in the ruins of the town of Thundertree, several days to the north. They set off into Neverwinter Woods. Having to leave the road behind, they began to venture overland. Deep within a shadowy grove, they were ambushed by 3 giant spiders. Dispatching the monstrosities, they searched the spider's lair, finding a cocooned body with a red sash. Chapter 15, A Lesson in Manners.
As quiet returns to this web-covered wooden glade, you guys dust yourselves off, come back to find center. You look about, you don't see anything moving, don't hear any sounds. It's kind of an open space here. Rocky ground, thick, heavy oaks, covered in webbing from the giant spiders, now lay strewn across the ground. What do you 3 do?
And there was a dead body inside that cocoon, right?
Yes, as you had started to explore the area, you ripped open one cocoon, and as you tore through the webbing, there was a bit of red cloth in the opening that you cut into it.
And does it match this satchel? Well, I don't have it anymore because I put him on the bridge, but did it look exactly the same?
It did look to be the same color.
Well, guess we know where the last one ended up.
Are there any other cocoons in the area?
Go ahead, give me an investigation check.
We opened 3. There was a bear, the one with the red sash, and then what was the other one?
We reroll ones, right?
No, we don't.
Okay. So then, no, I didn't get a
There's nothing here!
Well, what's the total?
You said investigation?
Mm-hmm.
1.
1. There's a lot of webbing around here.
Man, there's so much webbing, guys. Guys,
It's,
there's a lot of webbing.
You
a
broke
great
a few
observation.
things with your staff, and they're like, oh, that's a web-covered rock.
is this webbing too? It's just normal, like foliage.
You poke one, and it cracks in, and some kind of oozes out, and you're like,
Gross.
that might have been an egg.
Oh god. Wait, is there more eggs around?
So you go ahead, give me an investigation check.
Roll for initiative.
Investigation ends up being 10.
10. You do see at the base of 3 of the trees a couple of eggs, roughly fist size.
Do I see this too?
Hey, there's some eggs right there.
Okay.
Now you do.
You should smash
Once
them.
pointed out, yes, you see them.
So, question.
Mhm.
In that area where those eggs are, if I scan particularly for a spider, is there another spider right there waiting, like by them?
You looking about, you don't see anything.
Okay, how big are those eggs?
They're about fist size.
Fist size?
Yes.
Angus, you might want to take out the rest of these eggs.
I'm actually gonna take one.
Take one of the eggs?
One of the eggs.
Okay. All right, takes a little bit of doing. It's kind of firmly attached to the ground, but with a little prying, it comes out, and so you now have a.
Does it sound solid or liquidy?
Do you like tap it? Do you
Just a
shake
little
it?
bit shake it.
You shake it, you hear kind of a gooey sound in there.
But not like.
No, you don't hear anything like
He's
moving.
gonna have a
there.
spider
Okay,
crawl
good.
out of his explorer's pack
All right, so. Oh, we don't know that.
in time.
Be mama.
Oh,
Anyway, I'm just saying this in case
He's gonna
I can
get-
sell it somewhere.
I've never seen that movie, How to Train a Spider.
No, but I have seen the movie Arachnophobia.
Yeah, I have so too. So I want to carefully like wrap it on something and then put it inside the bag.
I see
Okay.
this and I walk away from him.
All right, so the only thing that you can find that seems somewhat like padding, there's a little bit of moss and there's old webs laying about, so you just
Maybe
wrap
an
it
old
up.
shirt that I had or something like that.
Okay, yeah, so you secure it in your pack.
I ask,
You have one large egg of unknown origin.
I ask Angus, do you think we should take care of the rest of these eggs just in case?
I don't think they're a threat. I think the only reason that I attacked the spiders is because they attacked us first.
I agree.
I mean, it's
I didn't know, but if
it's like a circle of life deal. I wouldn't
I agree.
waste my time.
Okay.
But while I do that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cast Aid.
Magic.
So what Aid does is my spell bolsters my allies with toughness and resolve. Choose up to 3 creatures, 1, 2, 3. Within range, each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5.
Okay,
And that lasts for 8 hours.
all right, so you all have your current and maximum values raised by 5.
So effectively until the end of our long rest, if anything happens, we have the 5 extra hit points.
Thank you.
Badass.
And I start. Do I recognize the spell? Like I see you casted it.
Make an insight check.
I forgot all my ways. 7 total.
7. You hear him making incantations in Dwarven, but they seem archaic, and you're not quite able to place exactly what it is, but as soon as he lets the spell go, you feel just a little bit better.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's continue.
How's everybody doing health-wise?
I feel like half my life has left my body, but I feel a little bit better after Angus helped us. Do we see the direction we were heading towards to get to Thunder Tree?
Go ahead and give me a survival check. The light here is pretty dim. The canopy is pretty thick in this area.
Can I ask Angus to help me, like, search for the path that we were looking for?
Yeah, sure. As I go by, I'm going to put my arm on my shoulder and be like, don't worry, man, it's going to be alright. And I cast Cure Wounds.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
So that, damn, hell yeah.
I look over at Val and I say, hey, can you do that cool shadow trick on top of a tree?
11.
To see where we're going.
11. Wow, that's a lot. That's
Sometimes I am that kind of
How come?
or that kind of cleric.
gets me to 27. Thank you very much. No, my
Super nonchalant.
my
You are.
other
Healed.
being
You gotta keep it
doesn't
cool.
work that way.
Yeah.
Right, but you can teleport to
Not
it.
that kind of cleric.
I'm like, okay, so after talking with Meilin, I want to create manifest my echo, but on a branch 15 feet above
Okay.
that might actually have something, and then switch my teleportation, like switch with it, so I can actually get a clear view.
Okay.
If
So you sort of bamf yourself
Yeah.
up into the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I'm standing next to the ghost.
Yes.
Yes.
I poke it. Is it solid?
No, not really. It's like a
Kind of,
three-way
it kind of
set.
is.
It's weird. It's almost as if
I stuck my
It's-
finger in his egg.
not that solid. It's almost as if you're touching water. How it has resistance to it, but there's nothing. You're not making contact with anything solid.
Oh god, that's the craziest damn thing ever.
Stick my finger in his egg?
That's as weird as that water.
So I take a look at.
I think that's the
So go ahead and give me a survival check with advantage since you have an elevated viewpoint.
He doesn't need it.
Natural 20.
It's 23 total.
How's it
23.
good?
You see
First 20 of the night.
How's a crit?
That's a crit.
that while you were following kind of a rough path through the woods before, to what now you can see is mostly a north westerly direction, is there is a much more distinct path leading away from this glade. And you also see up here a few trees over, hanging upside down in the tree is another desiccated red brand corpse hanging from webs.
Let me let them know. Hey, there's another corpse up here. Can I go check that one out? Like, can I move the echo?
Do your bamfing again?
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
So I'll attempt to actually move the echo as close as possible and then switch it and doing the same thing.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check to see exactly how well you can place this.
Perception? 24.
24. You're able to scout out enough branches to kind
So
of hopscotch yourself over to it. It takes you just a few seconds, and you see him, and you see his echo appear, and then you see them interpose, and then you see the echo appear,
What a great idea.
and he just sort of phases his way over
Thanks.
incrementally.
That looks exhausting.
It does.
But as you get there, you can see that this red brain corpse is hanging upside down. Its lower half is still cocooned. And it's slightly swaying in the breeze up here. The body has been drained of all fluid. This is very, very dead.
How do I know how long it's been dead?
Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Hey, Nightcrawler, when you're done, let us know what's going on up there.
Medicine. 22?
22.
No, wait, no. 21, I'm sorry.
21.
Oh,
I apologize.
you're so incorrect.
Sorry, damn.
From the decay on the body, it seems to be about a week that it's been here.
So it matches like the events.
Yeah, it seems that this one was dispatched right about the time that you all had your confrontation in Trescendonia.
So me thinking that they actually either fled the fight or anything like that, and it was about a week ago, can I determine that they never actually made it to their destination? Basically being dead on the way, not that, like
Like a
not as-
timeline?
yeah, like instead of them actually relaying their news to the person that had to present the news, like, hey, this happened, they never even made it there.
From the location of the body, I mean, here clearly it was snatched up and dragged up into the trees, so there's no real indication of what direction it was originally traveling in. He's still wearing his leather armor. He still has his red sash still
There-
tied to him.
Is there anything of value?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
I yell up to him while he's up there, like, can you see the path? Can you see where we're going?
There's a path that seems to be more solid, like more direct towards our destination.
Okay.
I yelled,
Yeah.
going downward. Investigation?
Mhm.
That's a 5.
Total of 5. You don't find anything. Most of his body's kind of still pinned together from the webbing. You try to move some things around. He's pretty compact. You do find a small pouch tied to his belt behind him that is still dangling from a twine cord. And you open it up. Inside, you find 7 copper pieces. But you also find a fine silver comb that has kind of intricate inlay work done to it. And you also find a note.
What?
All right, before I read it, checking all that, I'm gonna use the echo to try to get to them
Okay.
again.
So you bamf back down.
And I was like, hey, I found this on the body up there. It reads, Lady Agatha, I beg your mercy and bring an offering for your favor. Please accept this token of your beauty so that I may inquire of you the location of a spellbook that I believe was once in your possession. If you see fit, please tell my associates of its current location. My humble thanks, Glassstaff. I mean, if he was on his way to this and he never made it, I mean, the com's still here, so they never got the information.
Maybe we could pose as his emissaries.
Did it say Gariel?
No, Glassstaff is the one that wrote it, and it's towards somebody named Lady Agatha.
Agatha.
And it says, I beg your mercy.
It could be just be a formality.
Interesting.
Now, could I forge an S for tell my associate as to associates?
Do you have ink and quill on you?
I'm not sure if that's in the priest pack or not.
Let's take a look.
I want to just pass around the letter
Okay.
to Meilin.
See what's in here. Holy symbol, prayer book, incense, vestment, chemical. Nope.
I don't have anything on me either.
Never mind.
Nope, it does
Yeah,
not.
so it's prayer book, incense, and vestments.
Angus, what do you think? I don't. Do they know who Glassstaff is? Or I haven't told them the whole story yet.
I don't know. Have you told them the whole story yet?
No, that's the one. As I read it, and I.
Okay, well, I mean, what the hell's a glass staff?
Well, we got quite a story coming on tonight then. So we'll wait until we actually camp, and I'll get you up to speed as everything that has happened.
Okay, you said you saw a path, right?
Yeah, it's going northeast, right?
Lead the way, Spider-Man.
Northwest.
And
Lead the way, Spider-Man.
do I know which way is northwest from where we're at?
Go ahead and give me a survival check.
Can I help?
Oh,
No, I
just
don't.
rolled.
Not that it means anything.
24.
24? Yeah, you can.
How's it, Chris?
Staring up at the trees, looking through the canopy, you do catch just about where the sun is here in the afternoon, and you're like, over there.
Yeah, seems right. Where I saw. Should we continue? We're all good.
Lead
We're
the
good.
way, Spider-Man.
All right.
That gets a chuckle out of me.
All right, so you guys head towards the path out of the glade?
Yeah.
All right. So you travel about another hour or two, keeping a swift pace. The woods here get progressively thicker and thicker. The canopy continues to just take over the sky at this point. The trees here are much, much older. You're getting deep into old wood here. And right about the time that you start to lose the last traces of light, right when it starts becoming difficult to see ahead, you see ahead of you heavy vines and thick layers of moss begin to drape the branches here. And rounding the bend in the trail, you notice that the air is becoming quite cool. And just as you come over a small crest, over a heavy set of roots that create a kind of small hill next to a very massive tree, you see warped branches of several trees woven together into almost a dome-like structure. And beneath this is a small, finely carved doorway leading inside.
I look at my two associates. Do I feel anything?
You feel very, very cold right now.
Maybe this is where they were headed. To Lady Agatha. You guys want to... Well, let's see what the kind of information that we're trying to get.
Should we knock on the door?
Yeah.
What time of day is it now?
It is right at sundown.
Suppose let's have left.
You tell me if we need to come back maybe tomorrow morning. Me thinking back this trail that we've been taking, is there any parts right before it started getting really thick, maybe that looks like we can camp like a little bit further away from the road? Like
The woods here have been very, very thick, very, very dense foliage. Roots heavily cover the ground here and have for some time. The path seems to be the most open space that you've seen so far.
And on the way there, did I see that there's a lot of traffic, foot traffic, or none at all?
Give me another survival check for that.
Do I see anything around the structure?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
15.
15. You have seen on this loose packed dirt trail, you've seen no footprints other than the ones that you've been leaving.
Angus, with the amount of...
I rolled a 4.
4. You see now, though, that the last of the light is now gone and it is steadily becoming pitch black in this area. But the last thing you noticed around the structure is a very faint mist starting to pour over the ground.
Meilin, Angus, maybe we should hold back till tomorrow morning. What do you think?
I didn't see a safe place for us to camp out, though.
There's no traffic on this road, so I don't think anybody will come by. Maybe a creature, but...
It's up to you guys if you need it. I'm perfectly healthy.
If you want to go back on the path and we'll take turns on watch there.
Yeah, that's where I feel like it's safer if we come fully replenished. We don't know if they're...
I can take first watch.
Okay, I'll take second.
All right, so you guys decide to backtrack.
We're gonna backtrack. How long has been this path from the moment that we encountered, like when we saw it?
It's been about 2 or 3 hours.
We're just gonna go back, what, 15, 20 minutes, 30? Yeah, about that.
All right, at this point, Angus, you're the only one who can see clearly. You two, it is very dim light at this point.
Out of habit, I'm gonna try to actually do light,
Okay.
my cantrip.
All right, you. Nothing.
Look, what are you doing?
All habits die hard.
Okay.
So I go in like this, and I cast light as a cantrip
What are you casting the light on?
on his shield.
On the shield? Okay.
Alright.
So the familiar glow,
Like a dim red.
dim red light. So familiar glow
Infrared.
now issues from your shield.
Alright, so let's start moving.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right behind you.
You're welcome.
So you travel what, back maybe another hour?
No, like 30
Like
minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah, half an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It should be.
So you travel all the way back to Waterdeep.
You're
Yes.
in town.
All right, so you backtrack about 30 minutes, seeing and hearing nothing, and feeling a little bit of disquiet in that there are, other than your footfalls, no sounds here.
No birds.
No birds, no insects.
Is this like a magical effect on the place? Have I encountered anything like that ever?
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check for that.
14.
14. Normally, from your kind of basic studies of the arcane arts, usually magical area effects affect the senses in a subtle but at times noticeable way. Sometimes there are runes or telltale signs that something unnatural is amiss. This seems to be more omnipresent.
Like a fear. Like they know not to come in this area.
It's disconcerting only because the natural sounds are normal, and in the complete absence of them, it's just eerie.
Well, right before we actually start resting, I want to tell them the whole story, everything that has happened since, like the original members of the party, what happened, who's glass staff, and my change of faith, basically. So I want to share with them that information.
I tell you, I'll help any way I can to find your brother.
Thank you.
So your brother's a dragon?
My brother's a dragon, yeah. Dragonborn.
That sounds awesome.
Does that make you part dragon?
They're not related by blood.
Yes. We grew up in the streets of Neverwinter, and we just happened to be taken in by Lady Luck, and we started. And as the years progressed, we just really wanted to give our thanks, so we started working for the shrine that was in Neverwinter, and from there on, we just ended up with odd jobs, and this was one of them.
They're not blood related.
So you're not related to your brother.
He's my brother by all means, yeah, not by blood.
That's very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm. If we ever make it back to Neverwinter, I'll show you guys a good few spots to, have some fun.
I don't partake anymore.
There's all kinds of funs, don't worry. Pretty sure we can find
I think I'd rather enjoy that, actually.
let's see if we can make it out of this. Right now we have to find this druid.
I'll take first watch.
Yeah, so we have to find this druid first. Thunder Tree. There's a place I want to check out in Thunder Tree also that the prisoner gave me some information in regards to a secret stash, and maybe we can benefit from it. But I just want to say thank you guys for actually being here, helping me in this journey, and helping the Lord's Alliance.
My pleasure.
We do what we can.
How do you guys meet?
On the way in here.
You just met right before you got to Phandelver?
Yeah, about a day or two before that, yeah. On the road.
You guys work great as a team.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of find a dead body, and bury it. So I guess going to prison,
We get
so to
close.
speak.
All right, so for each of your rests, go ahead. Each of you give me a perception check. See how your watches go. And for first watch,
Oh, that's
10.
10. Okay.
I have 12.
12. All right. And third watch,
3.
3.
That's what I thought I rolled.
It's,
Because
it's a big 3, though.
the 8 looked like a 3. But I rolled the first roll was a 1, the second roll was a 2, and I thought the third roll was a 3. And I was going to be very unhappy.
Well, the first watch passes uneventfully. Just continuing with the odd disquiet of there being absolutely no sounds other than the soft snores of Val and the deep rumbling snores of Angus.
Can I, during my watch, bring out my Echo Knight and put it at like 15 feet away from me? Like as if he was like looking around, but he can't see anything, so...
Yeah, so when we, after you trade off watches, you summon the Echo Knight, and it just kind of stands like a sentry, looking out. And you can see here, even in the very, very, very dim light that you have, faint pinpricks of its red eyes. It's kind of looking.
Cool.
But an hour into your watch, you hear a very strange sound. Far above in the sky,
Far above in the sky?
you hear from the distance.
Okay.
Getting closer.
So
you
you
look
do-
up. Go ahead, give me a perception check.
Oh god. Okay.
Nice.
That is 22.
22. It distinctly sounds like something with very heavy wings flying overhead.
Heavy wings.
And you hear it.
Flying spiders.
And you hear it
Dragon's
pass over. And then you start hearing the sound get softer and softer as it disappears.
So I was starting to like stand up slowly, putting my hand on my hilt, and just waiting for it to see if it went away or not. And you said
And in a moment, it passes far overhead.
and it sounded like huge wings,
It
correct?
sounded like huge wings.
Okay, so I'll just keep looking into the sky to see if I listen it specifically for that again in the area.
For the rest of your watch, just silence.
Okay, so when Angus gets up, or when I go to wake him up, I want to say there was a noise of huge wings right above the forest while it was doing my watch. But do I know what direction it kind of like went, or can I?
Roughly northward
Okay,
is the direction it was heading.
I tell him that. So just keep an ear out.
So I mean, big wings like a giant falcon or a hawk, or big wings like...
Like mythical creature wing.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's how it sounded. Or at least I don't know any other creature but myth that could have something like that.
All right. Well,
Dragons are not common, basically. So
I mean, people have heard of dragons.
Yeah.
There are a few notable dragons that live in the surrounding area.
is there another creature that could have that kind of wingspan that I heard
Possibly.
that I know of?
He said,
Go ahead, give me a nature check.
he said the D word. He has no nature knowledge.
One.
You've heard of dragons, but I mean, it's possible that there's all sorts of other beasties that have wings.
Could have been a huge bird.
fair enough. I'm like, boogie, boogie, boogie. Sleep tight.
I'm like going like this, taking out my armor.
So, in time, sleep finds you again. For the rest of your watch, Angus,
I rolled a 3, by the way. In case you forgot.
hear, you see nothing,
You
you hear
no-
nothing,
You see
just the unnatural quiet. And eventually, a very amount of faint morning light starts to come through the trees.
Before I wake them up, I'm going to go ahead and do my my Blessing of the Forge on myself again for my armor.
Okay.
So it brings my armor class back up to 19. And I'm going to continue with aid
Okay.
for my party members. So that'll be for another 8 hours. Everybody has that additional 5 hit points.
Okay. So as your rest comes to an end, you guys are back to full health. Any spent hit dice are restored. Any spent spell slots are also restored. And your maximum hit points are increased by 5.
And you also have 5 temporary hit points as well. So you have the increase by 5 plus another 5.
So is it plus 10?
Well,
Technically.
Temporary hit points don't stack with your main hit points.
so you'll have 37, okay? But you would ignore the first 5 points of damage that you get.
Okay.
I liked it.
See, I can't play that kind of cleric.
That's insane.
All right. The morning has come. What do you three do?
I stand up over him. Do I go? I'm like,
I'm like laying down,
sounds.
just looking at him. I'm like,
I kind of hear it, and
Okay.
I open my eyes and I look over and I see him standing over him, just. And I'm like, dwarves are
morning sunshine.
dwarves are weird.
as I stretch and I started putting my armor back on, and Meilin is just on my shift. I heard a huge creature making some noise above the tree line, but it's sped away going northward.
Like how big?
Sounded big. Nothing I've ever encountered.
Does your brother have wings?
He does not.
So much for scaring the piss out of him.
Do his parents?
We never knew our parents.
Oh, tragic.
Well, at least I don't remember mine.
So where do we go?
I keep putting it on as I.
I was about to say, just keep strapping yourself in,
Yeah.
ready for the day.
So
I kind of just leisurely stand up since I don't have to.
Let's say you just have your robes and
Yeah.
cinch up your belt and good to go.
I do some basic stretches, almost kind of yogic stretches, getting my body limber and ready as I do. It's my morning ritual.
Warm up for the day.
Yeah.
All right.
I kind of do some handstand push-ups.
is there any it's daylight, right?
Yes, it is now morning light. Getting to about regular daylight at this point. The canopy overhead is still very, very thick, but it's not quite dim light conditions.
Okay, I'm gonna eat my rations for the day just to start like that.
Okay. So you guys
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
have your
I still got
morning
some
breakfast.
pork. I still got some pork left over from that.
You do still have some salted pork.
And as I'm eating the normal ration, I eat one pork and I go like this to Angus.
Oh, thank you.
And then, Meilin, did you eat pork?
I don't know. Never had it.
There you go.
Wow.
That's 3 salted pork right there.
This is delicious. Thank you very much.
That was all my salted pork left over.
I bite off half and I try to give half back. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good. I already ate my rations, yeah. I just wanted some extra meat.
I'm good
Okay.
for the week then.
Is that a thing? Like monks?
They can try at higher levels.
I fast. For
Probably be hungry at least by the end of the day.
Cool. All right. So,
So it's intermediate fasting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
should we head over to...
Let's go knock on the door.
All right, let's go.
I like that idea.
So we walk back.
Okay. So you travel back the 30 minutes. And once again, as you get close, the temperature around you drops significantly.
I think once we get to the door, we should kind of be sparsed around it.
You know
Three
what?
of us.
Let's just see if Lady Agatha can just give us the information that we requested.
We don't
We
know.
don't even know if this is Lady Agatha.
This could be.
I mean, it seems the direction that we're heading. There's no other path.
We still have no idea. We need to be cautious.
Okay. But, I mean, let's not be violent right away if we don't have to. Sounds good.
Yeah, just selling.
That's always my plan.
selling cookies door to door.
I knock.
Okay. You knock a couple times on the door. You don't hear anything.
Hello? I yell out. Hello?
Just quiet. Just the unnatural stillness.
Are there any windows?
There are no windows to this domicile. It's almost as if the branches and roots grew together to create almost a solid wall lattice,
Okay.
creating this structure.
Is there anything that would be it could be used as a chimney?
Looking up, you see the foliage has kind of encased it, but from your vantage point, you don't see any stonework or brickwork that would make any type of chimney.
Can
I
I
ask Val, is the door unlocked?
I mean, is it good manners to open door without? And I go and try. As I say that, I go like this.
Yep, that has a little latch on the front of it. It turns rather creaky as it turns. It's not been used in some time.
Is it a solid door, like an actual door, or is it made out of like trees?
It is a wooden, solid wooden door here.
Okay, so I want to turn it, open it a bit, knock. Hello? Is anybody here?
And you hear nothing.
You guys, should we go in?
I mean, someone could need help.
Open the door.
Okay. So I slowly open it.
Okay. As you push it open, inside it seems to be a home of sorts. Immediately you see what would comprise the ceiling is an intricate amount of the branches seem to be woven into almost a spiral to create the inside of the dome here. It is sparsely furnished with chests and shelves, a table, and a reclining couch in here. All of it extremely old. Layers of dust cover everything, and everything has these natural, like, spiral patterns to it. It's clearly elven in design.
I'm amazed by
Clearly abandoned.
It does seem to be long abandoned.
There's nobody here. Nobody's been here.
I check out the reclining couch. I've never seen it before.
Okay. As you step in, the air grows freezing cold as the three of you enter, and you feel this presence in the air, almost as if the air sort of begins to press against you. The light, what little light was coming through here, goes almost pitch black in the room, and this small, cold, almost bluish flicker of light begins to coalesce in the center of the room. And it rapidly takes on the form of a female elf, translucent and almost comprised as if it was made of smoke, similar to your echo. And its hair kind of undulates around it, almost as if it was underwater.
Do I know if elves normally they're capable of this?
Not from the few elves that you've met. And as it forms, it looks around you and it glares. And you don't see its mouth move, but you clearly hear a voice coming out of the air. And it says, "What are you doing here?"
Me thinking of the only thing I can think of. I take out the letter slowly. I go like, and I just present it. Don't say anything. And then
looks at it.
And I take out the comb that was with it.
And just in a moment, it snatches them right out of your hands.
That's not very nice there, pointy ears.
Angus.
It just glares over you. She says, "I know dwarves aren't known for anything resembling manners, but I recommend learning some very quickly."
I say, good morning.
Apologies. Are you
Yes.
Lady Agatha?
Pot and kettle.
I am.
Would you be able to help us with that letter?
And she holds the letter up, and you can see the letter right through her hand as
That's
it's
creepy.
kind of almost floating in front of her. She looks at the silver comb, turns it over, and this hard expression on her face softens ever so slightly. And she said, "This is beautiful. Which of you is Glassstaff?
None of us.
And who might you be?"
My name is Val,
I'm Meilin.
and this gentleman right here is Angus.
And you work for this Glassstaff.
We're on the same path as he is.
Well, those that bring gifts have my attention. Are you curious as to this spell book as well?
I am.
See, the letter just kind of floats down, and just almost as if a breeze catches it, it floats right into a chest.
Oof, that's cool.
Still holding the comb in her hand, she turns it over several times, just admiring just the craftsmanship of it. And she says, "About a month ago, a wizard, one of the red ones from Thay, asked about the spellbook. He, too, had good manners, and I gave it to him.
Do you remember his name by any chance?
His name was Kost,
How do you spell that? I'm sorry.
Kost.
Thank you, I got that. And he's a red wizard from Thay.
Yes.
Okay. May I ask you what direction is Thay? Or the direction this wizard took off to?
Go ahead and give me an insight check. In fact, all of you can give me an insight check on this.
Please do,
Not to
everyone.
mention the name of Thay.
13.
19.
8. You two would, actually all of you have heard the name of Thay, although the details of it are not familiar to you, but for you two, you know that Thay is a nation of mages, many thousands of miles to the east, is known for necromancy, slave trade. It is not a very friendly place. The Red Wizards of Thay are known to be very, very powerful and very, very dangerous.
Sweet.
Great. So I guess class staff would not be able to. I mean, thinking back that he's dead, like to even utilize this now.
Yep. He would be very disappointed, to say the least.
Have you been in possession of any other spell books by any chance that could assist?
My home contains many beautiful things, but have you brought anything to trade other than your silver tongue?
I whispered.
Well, there's also the silver comb you just gave you.
That was for the information.
May I bring out the egg that I just got?
I say easy, Angus, easy.
What would I want with that?
That's familiar.
I
Someone
can
to know.
summon my own.
Do we have anything? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Angus said omelet.
The spider omelet.
And I might have some.
It might be delicious.
Give me 1 second. Pretty sure I had.
As you're digging through your bag, you see her
Is there
slowly start to retreat. Her visage growing a little more translucent, but her face growing a little more harsh.
I said, lady, is there anything maybe we can do for you?
If you have no more gifts, you can stop wasting my time.
Can I bring out the 2 fist-sized emeralds that we had? That
My
I had.
eyes just light up when I see him.
You hear a ping in his armor.
And they've been clean, like, you know, to make them
Yeah,
look proper.
they sheen appropriately. Oh, those are lovely.
Would that
What
help
else
them?
would you like to know in exchange?
Do you guys have any other questions? Or would you like to see if there's anything that could help us in this journey that we're taking?
Of like a no way to getting out of here.
Getting out of
So-
here, yeah, to the place we need to go.
Okay, so that's...
The thunder tree.
Would each emerald count as a question?
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Since we have 2. Okay. 16.
16. She says, hand them over, and I will answer 2 questions. She takes them. Oh, these are lovely. You see them as she kind of rolls her hand. They again float, almost as if carried by a breeze, into another chest that kind of creaks open, collects them, and slams
Can I
shut.
take a look or hear where they landed? If there's anything below that I recognize?
You hear them land on something metallic that rattles.
I don't say anything, but I just continue. So that would answer us 2 questions. So we're on our journey to find Thunder Tree, to find a gentleman named as Radha, which is a druid.
I'm familiar.
Can you point us on the exact location that we might be able to find him?
She kind of closes her eyes and she starts to fade just a little bit. You see her hands turn over and over like this, and you see this small bead of ethereal energy, almost like a wisp of smoke, start to roil in her hand. And then it starts to elongate almost into a teardrop with the point starting to waver.
That's badass.
And then it stops, facing in a direction, she says. Radoth is that way.
Okay.
Northwest.
Northwest. Can I memorize that exact line, visual line?
She thinks to herself, she says, the path from my home, continue along it. Do not leave it, and it will take you to Thunder Tree.
Oof.
He should still be there.
And-
One more question.
What about the associates?
And I go like this. Excuse me.
What about the associates mentioned in the letter?
Shall we ask about the black spider?
The person or the actual ones?
See where the
Where the
black
actual
spider is
spiders.
located?
Yes.
Or who is the black spider?
Yes, ask about the black spider.
Lady Agatha, May we know either who is the Black Spider or any information that can be given to us in regards to it?
You see her face go hard and cruel smile. Just forms on her face. She goes, oh, him. I know him.
It's a him.
He is a wizard. He is a drow. He is about here and there. He's looking for something. I believe he may have already found it.
Oh my god. Okay. Does he have a name?
His name is Nesnar.
Nesnar?
Nezzznar.
Thank you.
She's a very good speller.
Leave my home.
Thank you for the information. And I start, let's go.
Thank you.
And just like start stepping out.
You are polite. You may leave on your legs.
I like that.
I'm like super anxious. I'm like my heart's palpitating. It's like I've never been in this kind of situation. Like I've dealt with magic, but I never kind of like whatever this is.
You can see her do this, and the door now creaks open on its own, and the light from outside comes in only so far, almost as if it's actively fighting against the darkness in here.
Oof. Let's go. So
Yeah, my tits are freezing.
let's get warm outside. And we
You
leave.
guys head out.
Yeah.
I grab the door and I slam it shut as we walk out.
Sorry.
And then I open it and I say, wait for me. And I
You open the door, and in this blackness is just this horrifying face as it screams at you.
and me.
And
Great.
I need you.
Thanks for leaving me behind.
I thought I was leaving last.
No, you weren't.
how do you?
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Good night.
Okay.
Get ready.
I was good.
Yeah.
Is it just the D20?
A wisdom saving throw.
So,
Saving throws.
yeah. 17.
17.
That is the
Your
save.
blood goes ice cold at this, and you are almost completely flooded with the desire to run immediately away from this as fast as you can. You are just able to maintain your composure, though, as the door slams shut in front of you.
But he's outside now, right?
He is outside.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
I was trying
You okay?
until Angus slammed the door in front of me.
I said I was the last one to come out and I slammed the door behind me.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's pick up the pace. We got great information. As soon as we see Lord Swine's, anybody from there, we can relay the message back to Sildar.
I point my warhammer like I'm not comfortable with that.
I'm already way away from you guys.
Meilin is like on the other side
Yeah,
of this
I-
face at this point.
Agile and gone.
Meilin!
I'm on the path already. You guys are still at the
All
door.
right, so we start to follow. Like,
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah, you
I
literally
do.
saw me.
I reluctantly, I walk backwards.
I went so
following them,
quick.
You're
keeping my eye
moonwalking?
on the door.
I went so quick. You guys thought I bamfed like you did. You turn around and like, poof, I was gone.
As you all leave the vicinity of Agatha's, heading on, looking at the trail that leads northwest.
I'm gonna follow them, but I'm gonna kind of keep an eye. I'm gonna walk backwards as I'm watching the house to make sure, crazy screaming lady doesn't come up. So I'm backing up, kind of wary, just to make
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, you see nothing. There's no movement.
Do I say anything?
Who's up front?
Well, I'm kind of already way ahead.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check.
oh, because he was running.
I teleported.
Yeah.
I did like a backflip teleport. You said perception?
Mm-hmm.
18.
18. Just more thick woods ahead. You see the trail starts to kind of curve ahead further into the woods. You notice that the trail, much like the trail that you followed to get to Agatha's, does not seem to be traversed at all.
Okay. So we just keep following that because that's what she told us to do.
Yep. We're gonna continue on that path.
All right. Okay, so following up the path, what is the marching order?
I would like to go first.
I'll go second.
And I'll take cleanup.
All right.
Clean up.
Okay, so go ahead, leading. Give me a perception check.
Does he roll at advantage if I help?
20.
20? Okay.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Modified.
As you travel further up the path, about another 15, 20 minutes go by, and the woodland sounds start to return a bit. You hear the occasional bird sound. You begin to hear the kind of rustling in the trees. The breeze returns. But you're still in this very deep, dense woods. But you have a trail leading you forward, sort of curves around through the heavy trees. It seems, although not traversed, that it's been somewhat maintained. And so you follow along for a few hours, at this point approaching midday. And as you crest over a series of small hills, coming over the last one, you see the woods begin to thin a bit, and you can see through them. The trail leads down kind of a winding slope. And you can see in the distance through the trees the first telltale signs of civilization. It seems to be a collapsed building structure of, looks like stonework.
Looks like we got here.
Is it only one?
From what he can see where he's at right now, he just sees one.
There's a building that, well, what was there, or is left of the building, right over there.
I'm right behind.
You guys want to take a quick peek?
Yeah, I want to go check out the stonework.
Okay. So gradually, as you wind your way down the trail, all of a sudden you hear this, feel this kind of thump, and you look down, and there is old field stones of an actual road at this point. Heavily overgrown with vines and brush. But ahead of you now, you can start to see that the trees open up into a heavily overgrown ruins of a small town. You see about a dozen building structures, most of which are half collapsed. Maybe one or two of them even have a semblance of a roof left to them. And on the far side of the town, there's a small hill that has a old, watchtower mounted on the top of it.
Any light sources that we can see, like torches or anything coming from any of the places?
You see no torches lit anywhere. You do see that the woods have very heavily begun to reclaim the ruins of this town here. But you see no signs of life anywhere from your current vantage point.
Can I just call out loud for Raydoth?
Okay, you yell that out?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're looking for Raydoth, basically.
All right. You hear Val's voice sort of echo out through the trees. You don't see any movement anywhere in the town. But Val and Angus, you all suddenly hear this rustling sound from both sides of the trail. And
Can I
I'm
yell?
going to need initiative.
Why did you do that?
Big money.
Today is a good day.
Okay. And starting with Angus, what did we get?
10.
And Val?
17.
And Meilin?
Also 17.
Okay. You guys get to choose when it is that you react. And
I'll go after them.
Okay.
What you see in this moment is a very strange sight as a humanoid figure comprised of what looks like dead branches. Two of them come scurrying at the three of you from the sides of the trail in the woods. They just almost pulled themselves out of the ground and rush at you. The first up is Val.
It's my first action. I'm not gonna take out my, even though I got my shield, I'm not gonna take out my sword. I just want to say, we're here. Let's just yell it out. We're just here to find information about the black spider. To fight it, and that's it.
Okay. And you say that you see now clearly as they are almost on you that they stand maybe 3 feet tall. They have no discernible faces, and you just see these kind of claws reaching out from the snapped ends of the twigs that comprise their arms. And they just keep coming at you. Meilin, what do you do?
They're just still coming at us.
Yeah, they are now about 10 feet from you.
How many?
There are one from each side.
I attack.
Okay. You rush up to the one on the left or your right?
The right.
Okay, head to the right side.
Do you need a paddle?
Nope, we're good.
Does the 13 hit?
A 13 does hit. Let's see the damage. And you're attacking with your
Bow staff.
with your bow staff. All right.
8 damage.
8 damage. All right. You take the bow staff and just come down and overhead, kind of smash with it, hitting this creature, and it just explodes into a pile of sticks. It just pops.
And I say I'm sorry.
Okay. And that was your attack. You used only 10 feet of movement.
So I will go to the next one and do an unarmed strike, but instead of hitting it, I want to push it.
Okay, you just want to shove
I
it
just
down.
want to like shove it back.
Okay, go ahead, roll for the attack.
If I have
Well,
to.
that you have to specifically make an unarmed strike with this technique. This isn't a full second attack. This is you're
Right.
specifically making an unarmed strike with
So
it.
you're using your punch, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're either punching or kicking this thing.
I'll kick it. Does a 21 hit?
Yes, it will.
Poor guy. He destroyed.
Now we have fire.
I do 6 damage.
6 damage. You come around with the roundhouse and just catch it, and it also just explodes into just detritus scattering all over the ground.
I'm also very sorry.
I want to yell out again. It's like, stop. We're just looking for Radoth. Like,
In this moment, you hear nothing. Okay, you're now out of combat. You are about 50 feet now from what would be the edge of the town. What do you all do?
we head into the town? And
Okay.
I want to look for that apothecary that I mentioned before to my teammates.
Did you want any fire?
I think we have.
You know what? I pick up the bundle that's closest to me, and I'm gonna tie it up with a little bit of rope. I'm gonna use that as a bundle for firewood later on.
Okay. So you have a tied up bundle of dry twigs.
At least they didn't go unused.
I'm not wasting it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say Angus, I appreciate that.
I want to start heading into town.
Okay.
And now more vigilant than ever.
Okay, go ahead. First, give me a perception check.
I only attack when being attacked.
That's a 20. And you said perception? 25.
25. On closer inspection here with the town, you can see
Yeah, it's crazy.
the majority of the buildings here are completely overgrown. Looking about, you see a couple of buildings have still very, very, very faded, weather-worn, some signage hanging off of them. And you also notice covering most of the town is a layer of soot.
Like if there was a fire before?
Yes, and you recall that Thunder Tree was destroyed
Yep.
decades ago by the eruption of the volcano, Mount Hope now.
Can we clearly see the volcano from here?
Looking about, given that, you can see off in the distance, you do see a mountain peak that the side of it is kind of shorn off.
Kind of like reeling out, but I just remember now the Phandelver's Pact book that I had and I read throughout my time in Phandelin. Is there anything that's been mentioned about Thunder Tree or about like the volcano itself or about the mine?
You did find a couple of entries mentioning Thunder Tree as a nearby town at the time that the pact was formed. One of the routes to the, at the time, newly established town of Phandelin did cut through Thunder Tree.
Okay.
But otherwise, just it being a small town.
No mention about the mines themselves?
No, nothing involving Thunder Tree in any of the mines.
Okay. All right.
And you said you were looking for the apothecary?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Investigation is 11.
Okay. It takes you some time, a good kind of 15, 20 minutes of moving through what at one point in time would have been a series of cross streets creating the town. But you do manage to find a building that has very, very faded paint on the door that looks like a bouquet of flowers.
Okay. So I gently open the door.
Okay.
Is there a building behind the door?
There is still most of a building behind it. As you push the door open, you can clearly see in, because there's no roof at all. But this ruined shop is cluttered with shelves that are in the inside. They're all sagging. Half of them have fallen onto the ground. There's a lot of like broken glass in here. There are bits and pieces of broken pottery all over the floor, and a ton of weeds, large weeds kind of growing in the corners. And on one side is a couple of broken casks, and in one corner you see a small pile of moldy old books that are almost in complete ruin.
They're in complete ruin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any discernible titles on them?
You pick up, as you go to pick up one, just the mold and the mildew, you pick it up and it's just a spongy mass.
Okay. Just drop it.
Okay.
And I want to tell Meilin and Angus, like there should be like a secret compartment on the floor. And I start stumping as I try and find it.
Okay, give me an investigation.
Is the floor made of wood or is it stone?
The floor in here is flagstone.
Can I help and look around and...
You want to help him, or you want to investigate on your own?
I'm basically, I told them all so we can all start searching.
Okay, go ahead and roll with advantage on this then.
It's investigation.
Mm-hmm.
16.
Okay, kind of stomping around, and as you get to one larger flagstone behind what you guess from the pile of rubble would have been a counter of some type, feels a bit hollow. And there's kind of loose dirt around it just from the years of a cruel nature taking it over. Kind of dig your hand in the dirt and pry it up. And in there is a very, very small wooden box.
I put it on the counter. It's like, I think I found it, guys. And I want to... Can I inspect to see if there's any traps on it or anything like that?
Sure. Give me one more investigation check.
Anybody knows how to check the traps here better than I can?
Investigation is not good.
Okay.
This looks like a small wooden box with a simple latch on it.
10.
And there doesn't seem to be anything other than two rusty hinges on the back and just a simple lift latch.
Okay, so I want to open it, but looking away from me, just in case something does come out.
Okay. Are you facing it towards anyone?
No, not to where there's nobody.
All right. So you open it away from yourself, and it takes just a little bit of pressure to pry it open. These hinges are almost rusted shut, and it just
bang!
and you just stop for a second and look at Angus, and
Good
nothing
times.
happens with it.
I giggle.
So turn it around and what's inside?
And you turn it around, and inside is a small piece of linen cloth wrapped up, and you kind of lift open the linen, and there is a gold necklace. Slightly tarnished, it's clearly been here for some time, but it has a fine emerald pendant at the end of it.
I look at Angus and I see him like, and he turns and looks at Val and sees the chain necklace.
It's probably not dwarven mate, so I don't care.
As I take it out, is it male, female kind of necklace jewelry?
It seems to be a piece that a lady would wear.
Okay. I mean, I know dwarves are really good with jewelry. What do you think of this?
I do a history check, or would you rather me do something else?
That would be, give me an intelligence check. You're trying to like appraise this or discern the history of this. What exactly are you doing?
Probably discern the history, see if it's elven, dwarvish,
Okay.
or human made.
Go ahead and give me a history check.
History, that is a 20.
A 20. It is human make. It is very finely crafted. Slightly tarnished, but with simple polishing should clean it up. And to your eyes, it seems to be worth about 200 gold.
So, with some spit and polish, you'd probably maybe 190, 200 gold for it.
I started looking around the shop.
Okay. As they're examining the necklace, you turn and you look out the door, and standing about 10 feet from the doorway looking at you all is a human man with a scraggly white beard and traveling clothes, kind of leaning on a quarterstaff, looking at the three of you. And he goes,
And who are you?
And who might you be?
I'm asking the question, son.
We've been sent by Sildar from the Lord's Alliance to gather information against the Black Spider.
Ah, official business, huh?
Yes, sir.
And you are?
My name is Val, sir.
Val.
Representative of the Lord's Alliance.
And you, Master Dwarf?
My name is Angus Blackhammer.
And you, Yellow Rose?
I am Meilin.
And what is your purpose here?
We've been sent out to find out the information about Cragmount Castle.
What do you want to know about Cragmount?
We're in a mission to either take over the place or to kill everything that's on it that's not related to the Lord's Alliance.
Are you a bunch of goblin hunters?
If that's our job, then so be it.
I honestly don't see a problem with that.
Oh, hired swords, huh?
I have more personal reasons.
I have a staff.
Hired maces. Or warhammers.
I like him. He's funny.
You can't keep him though.
Nah, don't have much use for a dwarf.
We saw two sentries at the entrance of the of the town. I apologize if they attacked us.
I don't have any sentries. What attacked you?
There were a bunch of
I pull out the bundle of twigs. I'm like, hi.
They used to be that.
Oh, you pissed off a blight.
a blight.
Blight, yeah. Little plant creatures.
We were
They're
just
nasty.
We were just walking in.
Are they?
Yeah, well, they found you. They were hungry.
Okay.
Do they make good firewood?
They can.
We'll find out tonight.
You dry them out enough.
Is there any place we can go and sit down and talk?
Yeah,
kind
kind
of
of look
looks
around.
around.
We're talking here.
Is there any chairs and a table still left over?
I look through the room. That's not there.
There's no serviceable furniture in here.
We can go out there into the open space.
Any place we can camp and talk?
Follow me.
and he heads to the left. And you guys leave the building?
Yep.
All right. You see him walk towards what would have been kind of the town square.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the remains there in the center of the town of I guess would have been a fountain of some type. And he just kind of walks over, he leans on his staff, and he just gestures to the fountain. He goes,
Well, you want to sit? You can sit. Otherwise, ground's just fine.
I'll sit down.
I stand.
I'll sit down.
So Silder sent us here to see if you could help us with the location of Cragmaw Castle.
I could.
You know, this is the guy we're supposed to be talking to. We never gave us his name.
I was gonna say.
So you,
He talks.
and I suddenly
I
realized,
said that in Dwarven.
Yeah.
okay.
and I'm like,
You talk a lot.
I apologize.
You're very free with information for someone
Very
who's
quick.
not trusting.
True story.
Very true.
It's just today. I'm sorry. What's your name, sir?
My name's Rydoff.
Inside check.
Go ahead.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, that worked out.
Yeah, I believe him. That is
Playing
eight.
at its finest, ladies and
Eight.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
He seems pretty straightforward.
Okay. It seems pretty straightforward in Dwarvish.
I am not letting go of my warhammer. I'm just holding on to it.
Okay. Yeah. He's keeping his distance from you guys. He's every time somebody even like shifts of the two of you sitting, like you see him just kind of take a little half step back.
Okay.
Not like getting into like a fighting position or anything, but just keeping space.
Does he look like a druid?
Smart.
He looks like somebody. He's a little disheveled, pretty dirty. His clothes are very unkempt.
Okay.
Does he smell like patchouli?
No, he does not smell like an Apple Store employee.
Oh, there goes the sponsorship.
We don't mean that.
I ask, do you live around here?
From time to time. I've had business here for a little while, but I travel. I don't like to stay in one place too long.
What kind of business do you have here?
Let's call it pest control.
Oh, what are you hunting?
What are you controlling?
Well, nature can't be controlled, my friend, as much as you all try to hammer it in the position. But maybe we can help each other here. I have a rather intractable problem.
Well, you said you're in pest control. So what pest are you trying to control?
A dragon.
Is that what I heard the other night?
I start walking away. But then I
Okay.
turn
What
back-
direction do you head?
But then I turn back around.
Okay.
Like your brother?
I think he means an actual dragon.
Like with wings
Not a dragon
and flying.
Yes. I see you've heard of them.
We actually heard one, possibly.
Did you know?
Um,
When?
The other night.
Last night.
Yeah, last
Yeah, last
night
night.
we heard some really
Is it a
big
friend of
creature.
yours?
Oh, no. No. I have no friends with dragons.
Well, do you know what color it is?
He's green.
Wait. I would have said that in any color, actually.
Any color would have upset me, but but I don't know why I
At
asked.
least green's my favorite color.
I thought it was yellow.
No, it's green.
And why are you hunting it?
Why does the color matter?
Well, chromatics are rather temperamental and problematic. If he was of the metallic variety, maybe we could parlay.
Fair enough.
But he has chosen to make Thundertree his new home, and that's a little too close for comfort.
I
Love what he's done with the
literally-
place.
Yeah, literally immediately started looking around for signs of a dragon.
All right. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Oh, I'm freaking out now. Oh no, that's 13.
Also, go ahead and give me a. Let's call it a nature or history. Your call.
Nature what? Doesn't
Nature
matter.
or history check.
0? Is 0 on the
It's
dice?
0 and 0, so 1.
1. You have no knowledge of dragons.
Okay.
So looking around, it looks like a ruined town, but
Can
you
I
wouldn't even know what to
hear-
look for.
Can I listen for the wings?
Go ahead, give me a perception check.
Well, that's why I asked the colors in character.
For what?
So that's why in character I asked about the colors of the dragons.
13.
13. You hear the wind is starting to pick up, so you hear the rustling in the trees.
Is that
but
his doing?
You don't hear anything that sounds like giant wings.
Okay.
And how long you been hunting this thing?
Well, hunting's a bit of a strong word. I don't see myself being able to go toe-to-toe with a dragon of any kind.
So what are you doing?
Right now, keeping tabs on him, trying to find out what he wants, but as I understand it, he wants to make this his home, and that's not an acceptable position.
Looks acceptable to me.
So what do you need from us?
Well, let's call it a barter. You run him off, and I will tell you where Cragmaw Castle is.
Oh. Do you
The silence.
do you really want to know that bad?
It's my brother. He might be there. Or at least that's a step towards finding him. But it's also for Silver. This is important.
Have you heard anything about any other dragon beings? The kind that walk on 2 feet and don't have wings?
You mean Dragonborn?
Yes. You have any information?
I've met a few.
Any recently? Maybe missing a hand, arm.
Claw.
That's rather specific. No, not lately.
Just curious.
I knew one who only had half a jaw, but that was some time ago.
Must be very hungry.
Well, he likes soup.
Dribble down his chin.
Interesting.
Anyway, that's a big task.
So which way to the dragon?
that's my character just like
He
I mean, you need to find information about your brother because you got this castle. This guy has information about the castle. All we have to do is go boogie, 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 and the dragon runs away.
I mean, it seems like a pretty tall order for information.
He said tall.
It's your brother. I mean, do you?
It is. It's just I'm wondering if I don't want to put you guys in danger.
So you're saying your brother's not worth it?
He's worth it to me, but I
mean-
just met you guys.
I was told to do whatever Silder needs me to do, and Silder told me to do whatever you need me to do.
What do you know about this dragon
It
as
is
far as
green.
scaring him off, as you put it?
As far as scaring him off, well, dragons value their life more than anything. They value gems, coin. They like to make a hoard. They like a nice lair.
and he kind of takes his quarterstaff he's been leaning on and kind of uses it to tilt upward, and he points up at the watchtower that is on the other side of the town from me. He goes,
And he's sort of decided on that tower there would make a good lair, and that's the part we don't agree on.
Does he store his belongings, gems, and other things in there?
I would assume so, if that's his intention to lair there.
I see Angus just eyes get huge.
No,
Nope.
No.
He's seen enough wealth in his lifetime.
Except when you gave it away to
So they
the
need it.
lady here.
well, I mean, we're talking emeralds the size of your fist. I mean, that's
They could be bigger ones than that.
depends on if it's dwarven made or not.
Do you know if it's there right now?
I believe he is.
Let's go say hi.
How big is he?
All right, everything
How
for my
old
brother.
would you say? What size?
From what I can recall, he's probably about 100. His wings are a good 10 feet.
How long do they live?
Oh, dragons
Like
live
centuries.
forever.
A long time.
So
So 100's not.
You said his
not
wings
very-
were
that's
how
like a
big?
baby then.
About 10 feet.
Okay.
10
so
feet,
he's-
maybe.
No, he doesn't seem to be particularly old. He seems to be wanting to stake his claim.
Yeah, he's not a hatchling.
He said 10 feet wingspan, so that's not too humongous.
No, it's actually pretty
That's pretty big.
pretty small for a dragon.
Yeah, that's pretty small.
It's pretty big. Huh?
Well, compared to me, yes, it's pretty big.
I thought your brother was pretty big.
He's huge.
Okay.
But if
so,
he's in the tower, I mean, he's not
All right.
he's not gargantuan.
all right, Reardoth looks at you expectantly and
Are you going now?
No better mom.
I mean, is there a better time to fight a dragon? Like at night, lunchtime? I mean,
Whenever you're ready.
Are you joining us?
Oh, no.
it's not like we can go.
No, this isn't really my speed.
I look around the town like it's not like we can go shopping.
No, what you do in your free time is your own, sir.
Yeah, I mean, might as well.
Is there anything we should look around for? Maybe that you know that you just left there and you saw it? Items or anything like that around town?
Oh, Thunder Tree's been a ruin for decades, and most everything here's been picked clean.
When's the last time you saw somebody coming through here?
I would say a couple of months ago, a couple of prospectors wandered through here and stayed the night and moved on.
Do you know the direction they went?
I believe they went east.
I think that's Gundren, the person that I told you about.
Have I heard Gunner's name before?
Yeah, that's what I told you.
Oh, I'm saying before.
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Alright, so, I mean,
Gundren!
9. 9.
9. No, not back in Mithril Hall. I mean, you know, a lot of dwarves that live in the kind of outlying towns. Prospecting is a pretty common occupation, but they don't stick out in your memory as anyone of any real note.
Okay.
That's the same, I think that's Gundren, the prospector that I was telling you about. The one that hired me at the beginning. Can you describe them?
There was 3 dwarves.
Let's start laughing.
Okay.
It's about this big.
He's like, looks kind of like him.
What was the seal that they had for their business, prospecting business?
Seal.
Like the emblem. I'm asking the DM.
Insignia.
The insignia.
Oh, for the Rock Seekers?
Yeah.
Was 2 mining picks crossed over each other with a anvil in the middle of it.
Can I describe that to Rada? See if it's the
Or a
same?
hammer in the middle, not an anvil.
You try. It doesn't ring any bells.
Okay, I appreciate it. And you're not gonna be able to help with this dragon at all.
No, I'm not. Not the fighting type.
Do you have any health potions?
I maybe do. Why?
We might need them.
So you went venturing out into Neverwinter Woods with no health potion.
We might need more.
Yeah.
We're fighting a dragon. As you.
For you.
Right.
Well, you're fighting for information. I'm content to find other means if necessary, but you 3 seem to want something.
The location of Cragmaw. Awesome. Yes.
Also, anything that can help us to mutually affect both of us.
All right. Go ahead, both of you give me a perception or persuasion check.
14.
7. No, 10.
I'm gonna keep my personal insurance with me, but should you all find your way back, I'll make sure to tend to any wounds that you may acquire, provided you're in a state where wound tending will matter.
Okay, so let's head out.